Jackie Frank. Put your hands together for Jackie Frank.
My friends in the room. So obviously you recognize me from Tinder. I'm actually quite an expert. I teach a course at the 92nd Street Y. I met my boyfriend on Tinder. We're in love. You guys should be absolutely clapping for that. So I'm not on Tinder that much anymore. But when I am, my boyfriend's kind of cool about it. As long as I'm swiping left, he's fine. He just doesn't know that the phone's upside down. So my brother's 5 years older than I am, which makes him 34 on Tinder. And you guys want a free lesson? Since I'm teaching the class, I'll give you a quick lesson on Tinder, right? So you swipe right if you like someone, and left if you don't. And in the beginning, you read the profiles. You actually care about these people, right? What are their interests? You know, what sports teams do they like? Is he looking for a long-term relationship? Then, let's be honest, it gets to the point where you're just looking at the pictures, right? So you're swiping right, left, right, left. You're like a blackjack dealer in Vegas on crack. Oh, you kids, what are you kids calling it now? Fentanyl? I want to not date myself. So one night I'm swiping, and I accidentally swipe right on my brother. Right? Now, let's be fair. I fall right into his demographic. 20 to 30. Right? Petite and blonde, right? Now I know my brother's gonna freak out, so I call him up. I'm like, Michael, don't panic. I accidentally swiped right on you tonight on Tinder. He's like, panic? I deliberately swiped right on you last night. And then I call my mother. I'm like, Mom, Tinder says Michael and I are a match. She goes, that's adorable. When are you guys going out? Now, I know what you're thinking, but let's be fair. She knows her mother-in-law would be gorgeous. And she's pretty desperate for a grandchild at this point. So in my family, age has always been something that we don't talk about. We always lie about our ages. So my mother's real age, I'm sorry, take that back. My mother is my brother's real age on Facebook. It is very confusing. So, you know, I'm in 6th grade when I'm 10 or 11 years old, and Mom takes me to some party where someone comes over and says, oh, you're so cute. How old are you? And I'm like, I'm 5. My mother's like, she doesn't look a day over 3. My brother goes to visit her, and he sees her across the street, and he's like, Ma! Ma! She's not answering. Ma! So he texts me, he's like, listen, Mommy looks great. Her face is tight as a drum, but she's deaf. So he goes over and he's like, Ma, didn't you hear me? And she's like, of course I heard you, but I am not answering to a 50-year-old man waving Mommy across the street. She's not letting the whole neighborhood know how old she is. Now, I remember when she always dated some younger guys, and so at one point, you know, Michael and I were in our 20s, and I think she was dating someone Michael's age. And he comes by, he doesn't give her any notice. Now he thinks she's 30, or she thinks he thinks she's 30. And he sees the two of us sitting outside, and he's like, who are they? And she's like, I have no idea. I fed them and they keep coming back. It's very sad, very sad. So it's all about what we look like. You know, tight skin is the mantra in the family. So one day I get a text from her, not like, good morning, daughter, how are you? It's just, go downstairs and buy a bottle of seltzer. Pour it in a bowl, and I want you to dunk your entire face in the bowl. So I'm like, for how long? She goes, until you can't breathe. The scary part is that I did it. I grew up in a small town in Queens. Some of you might know it, Rockaway Beach. So back then, and listen, it was the 80s. Everything was much bigger. My hair, my nose, everything was much bigger. Now, I'm not going to say my mom condoned plastic surgery. She required it. And my mother's awesome, but she's some kind of nuts. I got to be honest. She has some great, she's not here tonight because I told her that I didn't write any new jokes. She's like, well, I'm not coming if you didn't write any new jokes, right? But she's uptown right now watching Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men for the 99th fucking time. She also has some amazing political views all over the map. So on one hand, big supporter of capital punishment, right? Very much into gun control and has no interest in paying taxes. But she loves abortion. Anytime, anywhere. First trimester, second trimester, third grade. I slept with one eye open until I was 35. That's my time. I'm Jackie Frank. Thank you.
Jackie Frank, ladies and gentlemen, repping New Jersey.